Hey, what's up? Got a little quick tip here. Got a 2001 Saturn L300, and what I'm trying to do here is turn the crank pulley. Now, I don't know if you can tell by looking at it from the video, but this is one of those external Torx bits. It's supposed to be like a E20 or something. Of course, on my external Torx rail, I don't have anything even closely big enough to fit on that thing. No dice. But what I was able to do was to take a 5/8 socket, a 6-point, and that seemed to work good enough just to get this crank to turn. I don't know if you can see that bolt way back there. I know this camera angle kind of sucks, but using this socket, I'm able to rotate the crank around. So using that, I was able to rotate the crank around so I can get all the torque converter bolts out. Now, I highly doubt that this method will get the crank pulley bolt out. You probably will have to get the tool for that. But just for rotating the crank around, whether you're doing, well, really, I guess the only thing you would be doing it for is to, you know, get your flywheel bolts out if you have to put a trans in, which is what I'm doing with this thing. But just a quick tip, 5/8 socket, didn't have to buy the J tool. Pretty cool. Somehow they shoehorned a V6 into this turd. I got a little bit curious after I saw some things like this made in Germany ignition coil, even like this O2 sensor connector. I really hadn't seen anything like this before, and it turns out this car is based on an Opel car, whatever the fuck that is. This is another deal where you got to pop that little frame off. This is what I pulled out of it. I don't know what was wrong with it. I just got brought in with the transmission for just a trans swap. Not really sure, don't really care. This isn't the first time I've done one of these quick tips. One of the last ones I did, well, I'm actually using it right now in this job. You know, shift bracket bolts, battery tray bolts, you know, bag and tag your fasteners, you know what I'm saying? I do it, you know what I mean? I love the feedback I got from some of those videos, you know, when it's, oh, I don't do that, I can remember where all the bolts go. Good for you. I'm sure in your 16 years on this planet, you've done really big jobs like replacing transmissions and doing engine repairs and stuff like that. So I'm sure you're just a fucking natural. Actually, I think you're a fucking clown. Go fuck yourself. Anyway, I thought this was pretty cool because it saved me from having to buy a tool that I'd probably never use again. You know what I mean? And I doubt I'll ever see one of these cars again because I think GM only made like 3 or 4 of them. You know what I mean? Anyway, thanks for checking it out. If you like what you see, subscribe. If you don't like what you see, don't really give a fuck. And you'll probably never see any Saturn videos, so don't subscribe for Saturn stuff.